Good morning, everybody. Mac here. Welcome back to the show. It is early Friday morning, time of recording. I am up and doing this for you. I haven't even had my first cup of coffee yet, but I am doing this because it is day one of the Target Haulathon online anyway, and they have given a preview of the drops of what is going to be available for order/pre-order today on the Target website. But before we get to that, there is something else that I want to address, other Target related news. Yesterday, the G.I. Joe team, through Emily's Instagram, at least that's how I saw it, acknowledged and issued an apology for the debacle that was the Tiger Paw release. I don't know if you noticed it, but I put up a short of that yesterday that they kind of released the Tiger Paw unannounced. It was a little bit of a surprise. Some people didn't find out until they woke up and got the email, and then even by the time they got the email from Hasbro, it was sold out on Pulse, and then it didn't go up until much later in the afternoon on Target, and then it sold out quickly on Target. So there are a lot of people that were looking forward to that, because I know there was discussions. I talked about it. I know others did. I know others were fully expecting that once we got the ferret, there would be the Tiger Paw release of the ferret. So in their apology, I'm just going to read it off of my phone right here. We're sorry. We know that today's pre-order did not go smoothly. We're working with our retail partners to correct this in the future and make sure that subsequent pre-orders launch as planned. Additional quantities will be available of this item this fall. The G.I. Joe team. So they acknowledge that it didn't go over too smoothly, and why the Target pre-order went up so late is anybody's guess. But I think pre-orders selling out is going to be something that we're going to have to kind of adjust our heads to this year, especially. I think, well, I don't just think, there's a lot of people that have been commenting on this too. And it's not thought, it's fact. We've heard it from other manufacturers that big box retail stores have cut back on the amount that they're ordering, especially Target, especially Walmart. And I believe that is in reaction to how much product went to places like Ollie's, Five Below, what was the other one? Ross, all of these figures, all of these toys, all of this product that would go to like $5 discounts. There was a lot of that last year, and it got to the point that people were just waiting for things to go on sale before they would buy anything. I completely understand wanting to save some cash. There were a few things I waited on as well, but it kind of had an effect on the market that stores just aren't ordering as much product up front as they did. We also saw this, we've seen this already with McFarlane Multiverse. That was the first one where we saw it, where all of these pre-orders are suddenly selling out very quickly, but then they're assuring us that there's going to be more product available once they go up for sale, once the pre-order is over. And Hasbro is telling us the same thing right here, that come fall, once the item actually goes up for sale, there will be more product available. It's not ideal, but I think it's something we're going to have to deal with this year because of what happened last year. Now, the other reason I'm letting you know this, in my ongoing crusade against the scalpers, basically I'm saying, once again, please don't fall prey to turnover. Please don't fall prey to like the eBay sellers. Once people start getting these in, it was $55 for the ferret and wreckage. You know, once these get in, there's going to be people that are going to be turning around, putting them up on eBay, selling it for like $100. Wait. I know it's hard. I've said this before. I know it's difficult to wait for it. I'm still waiting for my Voltron to go up. I'm still waiting for like either my stores or online to have my Voltron, while eBay is selling it for like $100 a line. I get that it's hard, but if you just hold out, there will be more available. Whether it's going to go up on Target or whether it's going to go up on Pulse, don't really know. I feel like Hasbro has more pull with the big box retailers, because we see this happen a lot, that Once something goes up for sale on the partner website, they will get in more product and just put it up on Pulse. We've seen this with the Night Force figures. We've seen this with the Ram. Heck, the Tiger Force Ram is now available. Last time I checked anyway, I don't know about time of recording, but the Tiger Force Ram was available for sale on Big Bad Toy Store. So I don't doubt that there's going to be more of this available after the initial sale. I know it's tough to wait. I know FOMO sets in, and I know there's always that, you know, you're afraid you're going to miss out on it. But Hasbro's track record on things like this, like, I don't doubt that eventually Night Force Ram is going to go up for sale on Big Bad. It's just the way things have been working out. So don't worry. If you missed out on it, there will be more coming. I know it's rough. I didn't get it either. But honestly, that's just because I'm kind of like backing out of Tiger Force right now. So that's what's happening with that. Now, on to the show, on to the reason why you're here. Target's Haulathon, day 1 online. Neca put up 3 items this morning. A Hello Kitty astronaut plush doll. And I'll be completely honest, I didn't know Hello Kitty was still this popular. That's kind of amusing to me. I remember in like the late 90s when Hello Kitty was just making her way into the pop culture zeitgeist, and she was coming over from Japan, and never imagined something so small, so innocuous at the time was going to turn into this. That like 30 years later we have a Hello Kitty 30 years later, we have a Hello Kitty astronaut plush. The other items that came out are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle based. Big surprise right there. Of course, they're going to use Tmnt to kick off the Haulathon. There are 3 Eastman and Laird styled foot soldiers. You have your classic one with sort of like the bug eye mask. You have one that I think is pretty cool with the rice hat and the cape. And then you have one that's a little beefier, a little stockier. Kind of looks like Shredder's Mini-Me a bit, just doesn't have the blades on his shoulders. Correct me if I'm wrong, and remember, I'm not a big collector of TMNT, but correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we've seen these before. Like, are these actually new? Because that one in the middle, the one with the rice hat and the cape, I feel like I've seen that one before, and I don't mean just like this past week or so at Target. I feel like I saw this one like maybe even over the winter. And then there is a 4-pack of, what do they call it? The Cartoon Punk Design 4-pack of figures with the 4 turtles in their gear, like street gear sort of, leather jackets, trying to blend in, I'm assuming. Looks like they come with a lot of accessories. The only pictures that I have right now to take a look at is what you're looking at right here. They're not actually up for pre-order yet because that won't happen until 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what I'm looking at is the same thing that you're looking at up here. One moment, there's a video. Let me see something. Well, I'm glad I watched the video. The video is actually Kevin in his studio, Kevin Eastman, one of the creators in his studio, geeking out about his creations, which is always fun to watch. He had some of this 4-pack out of the box, and he was showing them off, showed off some of the accessories, that apparently these 4 are from the Usagi Yojimbo episode. I watched the cartoon. I wasn't a big fan of the cartoon. I was more into the Mirage comics at the time, so I don't remember all of the looks from the cartoon because I didn't see every episode. But this is from the Usagi Yojimbo episode. The accessories that they come with are a lot of street accessories like grocery bags, Mikey's skateboard, a boombox, which is always cool, a toy robot, a toy ray gun, things like that. Doesn't look like they come with weapons, but truthfully, if you're collecting turtles, you have weapons, so you'll be able to like weapon them up if you want to. But that's not really the look they were going for with these figures. Like I said, from the Usagi Yojimbo episode, if you remember that, these will probably look even more familiar to you along with some of the accessories that they come with. Even if you're checking out Target's website, and I'm putting links to all of this in the description below, by the way, but even if you go to Target's website, once the pre-order starts and you can just click right to what you want, it's worth checking out this video. Kevin's cool. And it's cool just watching him get excited, and you get a little peek into his studio as well. Now, something else that I wanted to talk about today, finishing off the video, there is more turtle-related news in the atmosphere. As of yesterday, it was announced, and I believe Hollywood Reporter was the one that broke the news. Let me bring this up. That they are in talks for a live-action R-rated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie based on The Last Ronin. If you don't know what The Last Ronin is, The Last Ronin was a comic mini-series written by Eastman that was to the Turtles what The Dark Knight Returns was to Batman. It's set in a dystopian future where Shredder's descendant is running New York. It's sort of like this walled-off mega city, and if you've ever seen the movie Escape from New York, it's kind of like that. And all of the Turtles are dead but one. And if you haven't read the series, I'm not going to tell you which one. I'm not going to spoil that for you. But all the descendants are dead, or all the turtles are dead except one, and he's come back for revenge. It's a really good story. It's a really brutal story. And it was very popular when it came out. It spawned a follow-up series that was called The Last Ronin, The Lost Years. And now there is another series called The Last Ronin. I think it's Re-Evolution that has just started. So it's good. It's very popular with comic readers and Turtles fans. I honestly question how well a movie based off of that is going to do in the theater, though. How well received to the general public something like this is going to be for... It's not your standard turtle fare, and that may be good. That may play into, people being interested in it, going, "Ooh, this is different. What is this? This isn't like the Michael Bay," because this is going to be live action and R-rated. So it could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. I just question how much the general public would be into something like this. I hope a lot, because I really love the story, and I think the story would lend itself very well to a movie. I was thinking that even when I was reading it. It's also going to be really bloody if they are going, full hog on it. Now, the production team behind it. The script, let's see. The script is being written by Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming action movie Boy Kills World. Don't know anything about that. This is actually the first I'm hearing about that movie. He also wrote the 2019 Chucky from the Child's Play franchise. So I didn't hear great things about that either. I'm not exactly sure what else he has done. Hold on. Give me another second. Let me pull this up and see if I can find out more. Okay, yeah, he's written the script for like 3 movies. Boy Kills World, Kung Fury 3, the movie. Both of those from 2023? I haven't heard anything about Boy Kills World. And Child's Play from 2019. So there's your script writer. Now, the other side of this is it is being produced. Hold on, let me pull this back up. It is being produced by Walter Hamada through his 18 Hertz production company. And I know there are feelings about Walter Hamada. I get that. I understand that. He was the guy that heralded in the end of the DCEU. And quite honestly, his VP is a bit of a mixed bag. It really is. I think what he's known for most are the final movies from the DCEU. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, 2018's Aquaman, Black Adam, The Flash, the first Shazam, and Shazam Fury of the Gods, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and Blue Beetle. So even in DC, it's a bit of a mixed bag just between those movies, but also don't forget that he did produce The Batman and Joker. Now, in addition to those, it seems his bread and butter really is in the horror franchise, because he did the 2008 Friday the 13th. He did the 2010 A Nightmare on Elm Street. He did the It franchise. He was producer on the It franchise. He was producer on a lot of the Conjuring movies, and Annabelle, and Final Destination 5. So his more successful movies, I don't want to call them like blockbusters, but his more successful movies, well, I guess It, maybe the first It, really is more in like this bloody, dark horror genre, which could be good for something like The Last Ronin. I don't know. I've never been that impressed with his movies, even outside of DC. It's just never really been my taste. Like, I know there's a huge fan base for like The Conjuring, The Nun, Annabelle, things like that. So I'm not going to discredit him on that. But it's never really been my thing. It's never really been my taste. I don't know. Could be good. Live action, R-rated, Last Ronin, TMNT movie. There's a lot up in the air. But the other thing is, like, the news just broke, and they're just in talks. So there's a very good possibility that this isn't even going to see the light of day. How many things do we hear of that are in talks, end up in development hell, and never really get made? So take this for what it's worth. But I just wanted to touch on that since we were talking about TMNT this morning already. So, now that that is all done, I will leave you to your day. Please let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the first week of Haulathon? Honestly, let me know about those foot soldiers, because I really feel like those have been out already. Let me know your feelings. This is going to be a heated one. Let me know your feelings on the Last Ronin live action movie, and what do you think about Hasbro's apology? I tend to not call anything from the big companies sincere, but I do think there is some truth to it. I don't believe they had any control over when Target rolled out the Tiger Paw. It may have even taken them by surprise, and Target just said, hey, we're launching this today. I don't know. The relationship between Walmart and Target and some of the bigger companies like Mattel and Hasbro, it feels like it's a little iffy sometimes. And I don't think the toy companies have much control over when and how their product gets released. So, with that out of the way, let me know what you think. Comment down below. And while you're down there, please remember to do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Coffee. And until next time, my friends, play well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.